Okay, welcome to my messy kitchen. It's messy, trust me. So easy, quick infusion of an oil. I'm taking about a quarter cup of oil, and since I'm using dried this time, I'm going to just use half a teaspoon. I'm just going to measure it. And toss that in there like that. And then I'm going to turn on the oven, or the stove, and let that heat. So I'm going to stir that a little bit while it's heating. Incorporate it. And I'm just going to heat it up enough that it's warm to touch. So it will only take a little bit, but I have a double boiler going here, a makeshift double boiler. So we have our pot with water in it and a glass bowl here. So pot, water, glass bowl, Pyrex in my case, and then your actual content that you want in here. And then that's what I'm going to be putting it in. So I'm going to get a strainer out. Don't mind my mess. Couldn't find the small one. I'm going to be straining it through that. So I'll wait and come back when this is warm. Okay, so now when I stick my finger in here, you can see that I can actually touch the oil. It's warm to touch, but it's not burning my finger. We don't want it to get super hot. So at this point, I'm going to turn off the burner, and I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes. And then I decided to actually try and see if a tea strainer would work, and it will. So I'm going to strain it through this into this jar, and we'll pick up from there. Okay, so I still have some time left on my timer. It's the red one there. But I decided to show you, I also like to, when I'm doing the fast infusion method, I like to put beeswax in it, just because it keeps for longer than it does without the beeswax. So I'm going to take this knife, and yes, I'm a little bit OCD. I'm going to cut a piece off of the beeswax block, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of beeswax per quarter cup of infused oil to make a salve out of it. So I have a tablespoon approximately, give or take, it's not a big deal, in the jar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this infusion once the timer's up. I have about 4 minutes left. And I'm going to strain it, and then I'm going to take this jar, put it back in the pot, and start melting the beeswax in it. And we'll see you back in a few. Okay guys, so the timer is up. I'm going to take this. Obviously try not to get any of the water in it. We don't want the water. That will not mesh well with everything else. And then let me see if I can focus the camera better. Pour this all through the strainer. Just make sure that we're not getting any particles, because all that stuff doesn't feel too great on your skin. If you were infusing with fresh garlic, 1 or 2 cloves of garlic minced or crushed would do perfectly well, and it will make quite a strong concoction. So now I'm going to take this, toss it in there because I'm lazy, and then I'm going to put this back in here, and I'm going to heat it up again. So we're turning back on high. Get the water to boil, and I'll come back and show you once it's almost melted. Okay, this is pretty much melted. So I turn the burner off. Clean this off a little bit, set aside. I'm going to take the jar out and I'm going to put it into this little tin that I bought. And you can buy labels, or right now I don't have one made, so I just wrote garlic salve on it. And I'm going to pour it in there, and I'll see you when it's in there. Alright, we got it poured in the tin. That's pretty much it. I'm going to wait for it to cool before I move it. I might attempt to move it over to the granite because granite absorbs a lot of heat very quickly and it'll cool off faster than on glass. So, this concludes my video on how to fast infuse oils with herbs. Thank you.